Osakete, how is everyone doing? My name is Dr. David C. Noe, and I have a quick Greek lesson for you today, taken from Mark chapter 12. Mark chapter 12, verse 17 reads like this: Hode Jesus epen autois, ta kaisaros aparate kaisari, kai ta tu theou to theo, kai exe thalmedzon ep auto. Now this is taken from the Nestle Aland 28 edition of the New Testament, and here's my own rough and ready translation. And Jesus said to them, the things of Caesar give back to Caesar, and the things of God to God. And they were astonished at him. Now I've selected a few translations for you so that you can compare. First is the ESV, the English Standard Version. Jesus said to them, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. And they marveled at him. Or we can look at the GNT, the Good News translation, which is more of a dynamic equivalent, and it says, so Jesus said, well then, pay to the emperor what belongs to the emperor, and pay to God what belongs to God. And they were amazed at Jesus. The third example I have is the Living Bible, which is a paraphrase. It's not a translation or a dynamic equivalent. That goes by the initials TLB, and as you'll see, it's quite free. All right, he said, if it is his, give it to him. But everything that belongs to God must be given to God. And they scratched their heads in bafflement at his reply. So you can see that's quite a free rendering of this particular verse. I also brought in Theodore Beza's Latin edition because I'm very fond of his construals from the Greek generally. I think they're quite accurate, idiomatic, and helpful. So this is from the 1598 edition of his Annotationes, or commentary on the New Testament. And he says, Redite quae sunt Caesaris Caesari, et quae Dei sunt Deo, et admirati sunt super ipso. So notice that what is in the Greek, ta Caesaros, the things of Caesar, in Latin uses a relative pronoun, quae sunt Caesaris, the things which are of Caesar, rather than the article. So what about this ta tu Caesaros that we have here in the text? Well, this ta is a neuter, plural, accusative article. Neuter, plural, accusative article. And when it's followed by the genitive here of a name, Caesaros, and then tu theou, it makes everything that follows that article into a substantive, that is, into a noun phrase. Now Smythe, H.W. Smythe, in his famous grammar, he calls this the substantive making power of the article. It's the article's superpower, you might say. In other words, the article, to quote Smythe, has the power to make substantival, that means to turn into a noun, any word or words to which it is prefixed. So, you take the article, you put it in front of any word or words, it turns those words into a noun. This is quite remarkable. So if we want to say the stuff of Caesar, or the things that belong to Caesar, everything relating to Caesar, we just take the article ta and we put it in front of Caesar's name in the genitive. That's why in Mark 12 we have ta Caesaros, the things of Caesar, and a little later in the same verse we have ta tu theou, the things of God. Now Smythe gives a number of examples of how this works. He says adjectives, you can use adjectives, put them after an article, turn it into a noun, participles, with the genitive, so that's our example here, with the genitive forming a noun phrase. That's the one we have here, ta Caesaros and ta tu theou, everything that belongs to Caesar or everything that belongs to God. As well as adverbs, and Smythe includes two more, infinitives, which becomes what's known as the articular infinitive, and any single word or clause. So this is a really remarkable, that is, by the way, I don't remember if I mentioned the section number, that's section 1153 of Smythe if you want to look it up. But this is a really remarkable power that the Greek article has. You place the article, anything that follows becomes a substantive, becomes a noun. So I hope that's useful to you in your study of the Greek language, whether you're reading the New Testament, Plato, any author, you're going to see this all over the place. It really helps you understand how the Greek language is functioning. If you liked this little lesson, then I ask if you'd consider joining our class, the MossMethod. It's 4 different modules, and you can find the link right here. Click on the link, check it out. It's a program I've developed. It's a good value that will help take you from neophyte, so a brand new beginner in the Greek language, to a level of erudition and knowledge, so you can understand and appreciate the kinds of things I've been teaching in this lesson. And then you can also join us each week for our weekly office hours and interact with me directly and learn more about the Greek language. So until that time, keep on studying the Greek language, enjoy the things you're learning, and thank you so much for joining me today.